This week on My Classic Car. Dennis meets up with Jay to do a little tinkering on his 1906 steam-powered Vanderbilt Cup Racer. Then they'll take out Jay's street-legal steamer onto the California Interstate. Plus, we'll get down to the nuts and bolts to talk about hardware kits.
Never ceases to amaze me with his stockpile of steam-powered cars. These are incredible machines, and Jay's knowledge of these H2O-powered marvels is equally incredible.
Stanleys were pretty basic, but pretty fast cars, especially the non-condensing cars. If you look on that poster up there, you'll see that's the Rocket. That went 127 miles an hour in 1906.
Down on Ormond Beach.
Ormond Beach,
right?
Florida. Yeah. It's a.
And that was steam-powered?
That was steam-powered, yeah. That was a Stanley steam car.
Pretty wild-looking body?
The body is actually two canoes, one on top of the other. That's what they did for aerodynamics in the early days. You kind of, well, water, canoe seems pretty quick through the water, and
it worked?
Air and water, and not, you know, it's kind of, you're still carving through both of them. And it actually worked. That thing, it was the fastest car in the
127 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, now this one looks like a racer itself.
Yeah, this is a 1906 Vanderbilt Cup car. I put the headlights on it to make it street legal, and I put a battery. Normally it'd be gas lamps. The rest are gas lamps. This has electric lights. But it's what they call a 20-horse model, which is deceiving because horsepower and steam is a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like much.
This is basically a hot water heater. Let's see.
How do we do this?
This is a very sophisticated
those are nice. That is
piece
very
of equipment.
sophisticated, yes.
You hold that.
Got it.
Let me lift up the hood, and you'll see where to put that. Okay, let's slide it in here.
Slide it in.
No, open it up.
Open it up. Open up.
Okay.
Oh, but of course.
There you go.
That's absolutely ingenious, I
And then
must
you
say.
open your chimney.
This would be asbestos, of course.
You see, it is asbestos. We get this from old schools.
They have a lot of it.
Actually, it was asbestos originally. Now it's just, that furnace insulation stuff. It's whatever the replacement for asbestos is, and it works fine. This is your water tank here. And you measure how much power you get on a steamer by how big the boiler is.
Okay. And
23 inch, this is the biggest boiler, as you can see. It's pretty good size. In fact, we can light it off. Let me see if I got any water in here. I got a little bit of water, sure.
Coming up, more with Jay and his obsession with steam. But first, we'll check out the latest in hardware kits. My Classic Car is brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance.
Well, I know it's going to be a good day in the garage today because I got Rick Schmidt from National Parts Depot back with me, and we always have a good time. Rick?
Good to see you, Dennis.
Great to be here. But by the looks of things, we're going to talk about nuts, bolts, and fasteners.
Yeah, real romantic subject.
Glamorous,
right
very glamorous,
yes,
right?
Yes, we're talking about hardware today, and more specifically our Concourse Correct master kits that we have for Camaro, Mustang, and we're just about to have a full line release for Chevelle.
Well, and you guys are, you're the right guys to be talking about this because both you and your dad are serious collectors, serious restorers, and you know the value of the right hardware.
Absolutely. There's nothing more disappointing about a restoration when you walk up to a car and you see that everything's done to such a high level of craftsmanship, but then they went down to the local hardware store to pick up their nuts and bolts.
That's right. Well, you're going to tear into a car, it's 30 some odd years old. The fasteners you take off they're rusted, they're stripped, they're broken. In my case, a lot of times they go missing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to need hardware when you're doing a restoration.
Now, it looks to me like you've kind of drawn all this stuff together in a compilation here.
Yes. What we have is we have three separate categories: chassis, body, and engine. Now, we also have interior kits as well.
One of these is pretty big,
Yeah,
it's pretty heavy.
Huge. That's a chassis kit, and what we have spread out here is a chassis kit for a 68 Camaro.
So this is everything that goes into a 68 Camaro chassis?
Everything that would go into a 68 Camaro chassis.
How do you know that?
Well, a lot of research. AMK provides us with these kits, and they go by the original GM assembly manuals to do their initial research, but they don't bank on that research because sometimes those assembly manuals aren't exactly accurate as to what really happened in production.
What do they do then?
Junkyarding, seeking unrestored low-mile cars that have never been apart before, just an awful lot of homework and documentation, measuring.
These guys have way too much time on their hands.
So to ensure that they've got the correct head markings, they've got the correct plating finishes, they've got zinc plating where it needs to be, they've got phosphate and oil where it needs to be, they've got...
So they know what the right stuff is and they know what the stuff is, and you pulled that all together. But let's say, okay, let's say I don't need the entire kit, I just need well, you know, Rick, I just need the parking brake control fastener that goes under the dash. How about that?
Well, that's no problem because we sell all of these kits individually in our catalog as well. But if you're doing a full restoration on your car, it really behooves you to buy the master kit because it'll save you 30 to 35% on the total purchase price of the kits.
The volume discount.
Yes, the volume discount.
The volume discount.
So if you're planning on doing a full restoration, it just makes so much sense, especially if you value your time.
Well, that's right.
You may not even be that concerned about the correctness of the hardware, but you're going to break bolts and you're going to lose stuff and you're going to be hunting through coffee cans through stuff.
And a lot of these fasteners you're not going to get at a hardware store. They're specialty pieces.
Exactly, exactly. You're not going to do it right and find it at a hardware store, that's for certain.
Okay, chassis kit. What other kits do you do?
We do engine kits. This right here is a 69 Camaro or Chevelle big block hardware kit. This has all the hardware in it that you would use for attaching the fan, doing your water pump, your intake manifold, timing cover.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. Chassis, engine, body?
Here we have a body kit for an 8081 Camaro, and this is all the pieces that you would need to do the tail light lenses to the door latches to...
Let me read from the book of Camaro here.
Absolutely.
The NPD catalog. Let's see what a body kit actually has in it. It says all fasteners needed to attach battery tray, bumpers, bumper guards, bumper guard brackets, cowl vent panel, door strikers, door latches, fenders, fender to rad supports, fender extensions, wheel... This list goes on and on.
Until you're done with the car. Exactly.
I guess that makes sense. It's a complete kit.
Yeah, you put these engine and chassis and body kits together, and you literally have every last piece of hardware and fastener to do the entire car. Of course, there's also the interior. We've got kits to do the interiors as well. So
you've taken, the guesswork and the hassle out of this.
Right.
That's absolutely wonderful. Hey, if you want to learn more about these kits from National Parts Depot, log on to myclassiccar.com. These guys that do this research, these are the pencil protector, pocket protector guys with the glasses.
Guys
with
that hang out in those weird coffee houses.
Eastwood.com. Unique tools, coatings, supplies, and solutions for all your restoration needs. Next, we're back with more of Jay Leno's 1906 Stanley Steamer.
Welcome back to My Classic Car.
These are your fuel pumps and your water pumps. See, I just give a little shot here. Fill this with this. Your steam oil goes here because obviously water is not a particularly good lubricant.
Yeah.
So what you do is you got your 600 weight steam oil, which is like molasses, and you put that in there.
Threaded there.
And there. And every time your piston goes up, you got that. Every time your piston goes back and forward, it shoots a little dollop of steam oil into
which is what's lubricating the pistons there?
Yeah. I'm just filling this with oil so it'll come out of there. Continue to lubricate. Rather messy business. Just put a little steam oil on everything.
Steam oil. That's another kind of oxymoron. Steam oil.
Yeah, yeah.
And the batteries there are for your lights?
Yeah, batteries just for the lights.
And this is your fuel tank?
This is your fuel tank from here to here.
Yeah.
And this is your pilot fuel. You have two fuels.
Okay.
One for the pilot.
Okay.
And then one for. See, I run this one on kerosene. So kerosene you have to have really hot before it will ignite. So what the pilot does is preheat it to keep everything warm. So when the fuel comes down through. In fact, if we look Yeah, I'll show you right over here. Let me go. This kind of explains how it works. Everybody,
that looks like the London Underground.
it does look like the London Underground. I see you have pressure tanks. You have air in one tank and fuel in the other tank. I'll show you those two tanks over there. And you pump them up, and as you go down the road, it's constantly pumping air into this tank, which forces the fuel through. But this is your basic layout of a Stanley steamer. Although it is basically pretty simple, it's still pretty sophisticated, as you can see. A lot of tubing. Stanleys are basically tinkerers cars. You know, everything is, you kind of go like that.
It's kind of close enough type.
Yeah, it's a blacksmith's kind of car. I mean, it's a kind of car you're constantly fidgeting with and taking valves apart and decarbonizing them and cleaning them. And if you enjoy this type of thing, it's quite satisfying because you can actually fix it. You know, they say with a steam car, it takes 5 minutes to fix it and 2 hours to cool it down. With a gas car, it takes 2 hours to fix it and 5 minutes to cool it down. So it's sort of
a trade-off.
Yeah.
But if you don't enjoy doing that stuff, Stanleys weren't necessarily the car to own.
No, then it would be a nightmare.
That would be a nightmare. Yes, that would be. And a Doble would be more the car you'd want to own.
Doble was the ultimate steam car, still is. No one has improved, I don't think, on that design. But while that's warming up, let me. See, now I'm gonna
leave it cook here, right?
I'm gonna let this cook.
Whether it's steam or gas powered, you're gonna need parts. So check out this week's Classic Car Marketplace.
Need parts for your F-Series truck, Bronco, Classic Mustang, Camaro, Chevelle El Camino Malibu, or Firebird? Then get your free catalog from National Parts Depot, the nation's fastest restoration parts supplier. Call 888-893-FAST now for your free catalog or visit nationalpartsdepot.com. Coker Tire's new catalog is now available. Coker Tire offers tires and wheels for every kind of collector vehicle, including antiques, street rods, customs, trucks, and even motorcycles. Check out their complete line of vintage-style wheels and be sure to ask about tire and wheel combo packages. To get your free Coker Tire catalog, call toll-free or visit www.coker.com. If you're restoring a classic GM car or truck, Classic Industries has what you need. They have the largest selection of original and reproduction parts and accessories in the business. Just call 888-GM-CATALOG to get your catalog, or go online to classicindustries.com and start shopping today. Find out why Classic Industries is America's first choice in GM restoration. Still ahead, Jay tries to get the steamer started with a little help from Dennis.
Welcome back to My Classic Car and Jay Leno's Stanley Steamer.
You ever feel like Julia Child with that thing? Or?
Oh, it is a bit. You can see. Can you see the flame in there? See, what you want to do is you're waiting for this to heat up. These are your branch forks. That pilot is heating.
Oh yeah, I see it, and I can hear it.
Here's a good job for Dennis. Dennis, come on over here.
Yes, yes.
What you want to do is, see, once you got a Stanley going, you hand pump it up to about 120 pounds. Then once you're moving, the pumps will take over themselves. But
this is my job.
You seem like a bright industrious young man. Give it a shot.
I can do that.
I'll hit the men's room.
120, huh?
Yeah. Probably less than a gallon of that.
These sounds bother me.
You want to get a shot of me heating these branch forks at that?
Now I'm at 140, Jay. Keep going, right?
It's good for you. I know you got the up and down action. It's the side action you got to get. It's not igniting. Not igniting. That kerosene might not be the freshest either. Quiet!
I need to get over this negative steam thing, huh?
Shut the fuel down. Shut the pilot off too. Looks dramatic. Back off. Back off, wet. All right. Okay. Back off.
Did I mention mustache wax is flammable?
She wants to go. Oh, we got heat in the top? Yeah, okay, we got heat. You see, there's nothing to it.
Piece of cake. We have ignition?
I think we have ignition. Now you got to heat up 15 gallons of water. Virtually maintenance free. You'll be out of film before this starts. Yeah, we're getting pressure. It's a very dramatic race car.
Oh, absolutely.
Stay close. Jay and Dennis didn't get the steamer started just to look at it. My Classic Car has been brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. As Jay
120?
suited up for the ride, I must admit I felt a little underdressed and a little light on life insurance.
We're here about to die. Salute you.
This thing is completely insane.
Huh?
This thing's insane.
Oh, it's hilarious, isn't it? Hear the steam being cut at laughing at the wind. Oh, the bridge.
The city streets just weren't cutting it for Jay, so he decided to get up on the Golden State Freeway. I couldn't believe it.
This is an awesome ride. I love this thing.
It's funny. Like driving your own coffin.
Don't say that.
And just like that, Jay handed over the wheel of this steam-powered piece of history.
Okay, first thing you want to do is close that lever down there. That's your. Okay.
Wait, close the
Try
valve.
to tighten the valve.
Okay. All right. Valve tightening.
I realize now why Jay loves these steam cars. I was all smiles after getting behind the wheel of this one.
Well, the whistle, reach down the chain. Pull the chain.
By far the oldest car on the road today, the Stanley steamer was such a rush. Awesome power, and all without the help of an internal combustion engine.
It's a very involving car.
It is. I mean,
And you know, the great thing about these things is you can have a tremendous amount of fun and scare yourself to death at legal speed. You know what I mean? I mean, 60 miles an hour. Oh my God, look, that's the end of the
I'm
world.
gonna die.
Will we
I'm
be able
gonna
to
die.
breathe, you know?
You know,
what you call your stored energy.
it's
Now,
not,
we had 500 pounds, and that was just about, it was only 100 pounds of pressure. So it showed you how much is in there.
there's a lot in there.
Yeah, so you don't want to hit a tree.
It's not a little old lady's car either. I can't see Granny doing that, you know?
Well, actually, women like steamers because you just light them and then you know,
You'll have to
then
blow
they
it
would
out
leave
apart.
it to Grandpa to come blow
Right,
it down, I
right.
suppose. But, and you still got more than enough to get you back in.
Ready? Got the board.
Finest board man I've ever used.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Well, that's it for our visit with Jay. What a ride. We always have such a blast, and I can't wait to see what he brings out for us next time.
And ready to fight another day.
Next week, we'll travel to Evansville, Indiana for the 30th annual Frog Follies. The Frog Follies is a huge event put on by street rodders for street rodders. Plus, we'll take a look at dash replacement and dash protection for Corvettes.
So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.
Attention My Classic Car fans. Go online now to check out our latest selection of DVDs. Order the My Classic Car Legendary Mopars. It includes the Charger, Challenger, 300D, and many more, only $19.95. Or order the Legendary Fords or Chevys or GM Special Vehicles DVD. And now, you can get all 26 My Classic Car episodes from 2005 in one DVD set for only $24.95.